One on.
All right, turning ham 1 on.
Alexa, or Echo, turn ham desk on.
Okay.
There we go. I'll turn things down here in a sec. Whoops. There we go. Turn down some of this noise at the moment. Turn down the other stuff here. Anyway, my name is Joe, and call us Victor Echo 1 Bravo Whiskey Victor VE1BWV here in New Brunswick on the East Coast. What we're looking at this evening is just part of the shack, actually the ham desk where I play around. Some SDR equipment, SDR receivers up there that I won, a couple of web SDR type receivers, and there's some inside that box. And let's have a look here. This is the bitx 40. It's in a small plastic case with the LCD display. Works good, gets about 8 to 10 watts depending what voltage you're putting into the PA. That's called the Arduino version. And then here we have another one that I've put into a Dell computer case. It's a much larger screen and it's a color touch, and I'll show you it in action on another one that I've built. And of course you have the normal buttons here and the rotary encoders and all that sort of stuff. And then I'll sneak back here just a little bit. Oh yeah. And get down below here. And what else have we got here? We're playing around with the last week or two now with an Mchf clone, basically, a Chinese one. Works really well. Gets about 15 watts, all bands. As you can see here, it's the waterfall and all the software, digital display, digital filters, all the modes. What's quite nice about it is that there's really no cables. You know, there's power, there's the output for the antenna, and then you do have a lot of accessory stuff you can put on the side here for the mic. But as far as hooking it up for digital or computer control, there's just one cable, one mini USB here. You plug it in, and your audio for both transmit and receive are put right over the cable, and that's seen by the computer. And then of course if you want to run any one of the digital modes or control your rig, it just works that simple. And you just have to turn the actual area right here into the digital. You can't quite see it there, I guess. Let me see if I can get close enough. There you go. So that's what it looks like right now. And you have waterfall mode, everything else as well. And right now that is hooked up, actually. That's what we heard when you were coming in here. In fact, I was just finishing off a QSO from someone in, let me see here, North Carolina, I think that one was. Let me just log that call in. There we go. So what you're seeing in front of you is WSJT-X running FT8 mode. And this is the 20 meter band. And that's fully controllable. Right now it controls the rig, so if I go here and switch the band, or if I even move it here, I'll move the rig by hand. You can see me moving the dial. So they're linked, and the audio goes through automatically, but just by choosing the audio. The computer sees it as a separate sound card. So that's the HF SDR transceiver clone. And we're running, standard PSK monitor on 20 meters right now, and some temperature control stuff that I have to turn on and turn off the extra fan. Doesn't need it, but I just like to keep things a little extra cooler. And let's have a look here. So let's bring this across. So in my last version here, I've converted another bitx 40 into a TFT type. Let me see if it'll focus in here. Sometimes, it just there she goes. Has a hard time focusing. But everybody's seen this quite a few times. This is the full touch control panel, and you can still add your other buttons. All these controls here are coded in. It's coded in as multi-band, so all the bands, the 9 bands, whatever, are fully controllable by relays. If you add your appropriate LPF and bandpass filters. So you have 3 VFOs on this fella, A, B in the memory. Bring it back. You have 100 memory channels. So there you go. And you can see everything's touching here. If I go through the bands, it will touch. Control. If I want to turn the frequency up or down, I can just go left or right. And you know, same thing with the lower sideband. Your step, you can push it up or down. And this is how you select all your bands. This is how you take something from the VFO display area, basically. And this is if something is in memory, like right here. If I touch this, it goes up into the main dial. And anything in your memory area, basically you can save off by hitting this. And it saves it into the EEPROM, so it'll be one of your 100 channels. We have a transmitter timeout, a lower left-hand corner in green. So basically what happens is that if you turn your transmitter on and you run it for longer than a minute, and that's programmable, you can change that, it will shut off. It's just in case you know, the transmitter inadvertently got turned on, and this way here it'll shut the system down. But if you don't want to have that timer, you just push the bottom left-hand corner, and then that just shows it's bypassed. Number F2, 3, and 4, they're for future use. And the bottom here is a signal strength meter. So there you have it as far as the basic operation. Again, I pull it back here a bit, the display will go away a bit. But you can see I put this into a case that has quite an angle coming off here, so it makes it really nice for the display. And I have a volume control and RF, and I have a rotary encoder here on the side, but the touch works so well that I haven't bothered. You know, I thought I'd be always on the control with the rotary, but the touch works again very well. And this is version 2.5, current release. It was created by VE1BWV, Sierra Papa Foxtrot, SP Bagnar from India. A very knowledgeable individual, and I've been working with him, helping to debug the code, basically, and you know, kind of put it through its paces and see where things could be improved, and through a lot of work on both ends, actually, and trial and error and this sort of stuff. It's pretty well working about 99.9%. You know, nothing's 100%, of course. So we're looking at some other features as different users use it. You know, see if we can add some of the functions in there. It's one of the few ones that is, you know, full color display. As I mentioned before, every button that you see here, you can put a physical button. So if you like a physical button, you know, go ahead and add it. Add it anyone you want. So, and if you don't, then you can really have a minimal amount of buttons and just use your touch. So let's just see here. If there's anything around right now, let's see, 20, so I'll just, so I'm in the 100, so I'll just cycle down by hand. I'll put it over to 100, or sorry, to 1K. It's pretty early yet.
Germany 59 plus 10.
He sounds a bit hollow, that guy. That's just off an old vertical antenna up the back.
Alright, so let's go big signal 59 plus 10. Beautiful copy. My antenna is two phased verticals. Two verticals phased. Up 4 meters above the ground. 4 meters above the ground with about 60 radials. And you have a big signal, Vodka, over.
So let's just go down here and see if there's someone else.
The real-time radio, what I have with the 7400 is pretty similar to the, you know, the 7410. They can't tell the difference. Now the difference is receive, because the 7800 is a quieter.
And I've done comparisons against, you know, commercial type radios, the SDR radio, the TS850. It is amazing how well and how the bitx will receive.
I may hook it up there in the near future just to take the cobwebs out of it. It's almost brand new. I mean, I've never used it, but maybe twice when I had to send this radio off for repairs.
It's my
Guy
RF
up in
gain.
Michigan there, Matt. who is a certified ICOM. Actually, he repairs marine radio and ham radio, and does a nice job.
Something else around here?
Point to it. Stop by this. Actually, they have a little restaurant near where I'm located, and I'll buy you a slice of the best apple pie you tasted in a long time. Sounds like a deal, Theo. Okay, have a good evening. I'll QSY to 80 meters. Uh-oh, that means I gotta guard this frequency. Yeah, you can. There's still a lot of people out there in Europe. Yeah, with my 7-foot magnetic loop at 10 feet, I'm really gonna knock them dead. At 73. Come again?
Some good strong stick this evening. See, it tunes very easily, just a light touch, and that's adjustable. Press on there for a second. Okay, I'll spin it back up here. I'm pretty quiet there now, yes. So let's just put this back up.
Let's see what we're doing here. Where's the volume? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good audio coming through that, the
5,
bitx.
4, 3, 2, 1. I like it. Back the RF gain back off here. Not to overload the receiver.
I'll just turn that down here for a sec. So there you have it. It's the universal touch control. Works on the bitx 40 and basically any particular rig. It'll work with a fixed BFO, or a variable BFO. That's the BFO down here. And depending what you choose on the configuration, you can make it for a fixed or variable. What else? Again, created by VE1BWV's and myself, VE1BWV, helped to test it. But he's the brilliant programmer, and it's released under the GPL3 type public release, so it's usable for non-commercial purposes. And you can get information just by looking on YouTube or Facebook. Usually I post up there as well. And on YouTube, just either look for the Universal TFT or look for VU2SPF, Sierra Papa Foxtrot, and you'll find the other videos that we put out. If you're interested in the code, it's in the description usually on the YouTube, so you can just send me an email, we'll send you the latest code. Well, I'll back off here a bit, hopefully you won't get too dizzy. And back here away from it. And I guess I'll get out there and start working a little bit more FT8 and all that sort of stuff. So I'll back off here a bit. I'll dim the lights down. Hey Google, dim ham 1 50%.
All right, dimming him 1 by 50%.
Yeah, that gives me about the ambient lighting that I like, whatever. So there you have it. Quick scan of the other part of the shack. That's where I have the flex radio. A bit of programming and experimentation and other modules and all that sort of stuff. Trying to automate the shack here. So that looks like it then. 7.3s from VE1BWV. Joe here in New Brunswick. You have a great day. Hey Google, turn ham room off.